I swear I can't catch a break. Here we are, bright and early on a Monday morning, finally able to work from home. And guess what? The water heater's broken. And that's so fun because, as you guys know, my trip is coming up and I'm trying to save every last penny for that. But the service fee is only like $58 or something like that. So hopefully it's nothing too bad. We're thinking it's the igniter that's broken, hoping and praying that we don't have to buy a new water heater because I don't even want to know how much something like that's gonna run.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
But anyway, that sucks. Good thing I did a load of dishes the other day because... But anyway, they're coming from like any time now, actually, now that I'm looking at it. But I have to clock in, so this is brutal. This is absolutely brutal, man. I definitely didn't have that on my work from home bingo card, that's for sure. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. It's the next day, which if you can hear my air purifier, no you can't. But yeah, so happy Tuesday. Basically what ended up happening yesterday is apparently our water heater went out, which I guess it was a matter of time. It was 10 years old and the lifespan of that particular model is only 8 years. Basically it ended up costing like $2,000. It's like a little over $2,000, I think, it's like $219 if I remember correctly, like $2019. So I mean, I owe more on a credit card than I do that, which just goes to show you how bad my spending habits were. You know, depends on how you look at it. But don't worry, he said, we offer financing. And I was like, oh, believe you me, do I know about financing? They were doing like this deal or something where basically if you chose to do automatic payments, you get 0 interest for 6 months. And I was like, oh, yeah, that option. And there's no penalties for paying it off early. So I did the math and it would be about $500 per month to pay off that full in 6 months, you know, which that's what I was doing for debt payment anyway. So we're going to pay that off even earlier. I think within 4-ish months, because obviously we have to wait until after my trip because that's a little bit more important right this minute. And instead of working on, I think it was, what was it? Was it Apple or Amex that was next? I think it was, it doesn't really matter, it's irrelevant. But yeah, so we're putting a hold on that. We're gonna push the 6 months no interest ahead first because I'm not accruing interest on that. I just won't do it. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Just wanted to let you know. That's kind of the plan moving forward. I'll probably talk about this more when I do my debt update or whatever, because I know like not everybody watches these in between ones. They're just here for the debt update and the budget, and that's totally cool. Totally understand. But the good news is now we have a water heater for the next 8 years, so that's great. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It had to happen, and to be fair, I'm surprised it lasted this long because for the last 2 years we kept having issues where the pilot light would go out and we couldn't reignite it, and then we just like let it alone for a little bit and then it would like work eventually, you know? I mean, it was a source of anxiety, so I'm glad that that's taken care of now, so that's kind of good, I guess. Gotta be positive about it because at this point there's really nothing I can do. I mean, we need hot water. I always wanted to live in that prairie life, so maybe like that was my opportunity. Could just like boil water and use that to bathe. Just kidding, I'm way too yuppie for that nowadays. There's no way. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that we knew it was gonna happen as soon as we called it in, because like soon as it went out and we could not get it restarted, we pretty much knew it was game over. You know what I mean? Like the writing was on the wall for a while. It was relatively quick. We just signed all the paperwork for all the financing and payment and stuff, and there we go. So yeah, but I'll have that paid off soon. I know I will. Definitely before 6 months, because again, I think the interest was at like, was it 12% maybe? Something like that is what I qualified for. Oh, come on, darling. Happy Tuesday. So I think what I'm going to do is, speaking of my trip, I'm going to kind of do some planning for that. I really need to make and figure out like what I need to pack, what I need to bring. We officially got all of the hotels booked that we're staying at. We're kind of doing a little bit of hotel hopping, which is like kills me inside. Like, my anxiety around traveling is pretty crazy. So this is going to be interesting, that's for sure. I need to put together kind of like an itinerary. We have to stick to a very specific type of hotel. One of the girls who's going on the trip with me, her job gets like a deal with this specific hotel chain, I guess. And so we kind of had to plot accordingly to their availability. So, but that's fine. I don't mind doing hotel hopping if it means that it's going to be significantly cheaper. So, because it ended up only being like, each hotel was like, I think 50 pounds. So like roughly 62 bucks per trip. I need to figure out what's around there. Like, what for entertainment, what do we want to do in London? And then what do we want to do in Edinburgh? Because I have no idea. I'm an American. I'm an uncultured swine. You know what I mean? But yeah, if any of you have ever been to like London or that Edinburgh area, what is there to do there? Like, what do you recommend? Because obviously we'll probably do some of the touristy stuff, but I don't want to just do that too. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Figure out what we need to pack. I know for sure I need a converter, because I don't know much, but what I do know is that obviously our plugs and European plugs are very different. So I do need a converter. And yeah, I'm gonna put together some kind of like packing list, because I have no idea what even the weather is gonna be. So I need to do some research on basically what summer weather is like in London, Edinburgh. But yeah, so I think maybe this video I'll do a little bit of planning because I desperately need to do it. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing, or if you're like curious at all about maybe how I plan a trip, because this is the first time I've ever done this, so I don't even know where to start. But if you're like me and you haven't ever traveled anywhere before and you're curious on how to do it, I mean, maybe we can learn it together. Maybe I'll do like a Google Doc or something for like a I'll do a Notions page. I prefer Notion anyway. We'll do that. Okay, once I get that done, I will come back to you when I have new info. Update. So it looks like we may or may not have messed up. I forgot that we made a Google Doc that had a list of the days we were going and their corresponding hotels. So I'm using that to kind of build off of in my Notion page. And I noticed that the dates were off a little bit. We had forgotten that our airline had continuously said like, oh, your flights are changing from this day to that day. And they actually changed it for, I think, like a day earlier or something. I noticed that we were missing 2 days technically, but I'm gonna show you, I'll show you kind of what this page looks like that I'm currently working on. Okay, this might be kind of ugly because I'm going to physically hold you in my hand because pretty sure my camera's dead, but this is what the page looks like so far. So obviously these dates are all wrong already, because as I said, we're leaving technically the 3rd, not the 4th. And so yeah, we're gonna kind of work on that. This is kind of what I have when eventually it gets like broken down. This is kind of the system that I'll use. And like, I don't know if we're gonna keep it this strict, you know, but this is just an example of like, maybe I kind of want that. Up here too, I have like a little bit of a packing list. This is just like what Notion recommends. So I'm gonna kind of go through that and delete or keep, because there's 3 adult women and 1 teenager going, you know what I mean? So we're going to be able to share between a lot of us a lot of this stuff. So obviously there's some things that I don't have to worry about, you know, but we'll go from there. And then It also has this hotels and contacts section. So I just made this duplicate contacts thing so that way I could actually show you what it looks like without exposing where I'm going to be day by day. But okay, so this is kind of what it looks like. So this is in gallery view. So it has here it will end up showing you the name of the hotel, the address of the hotel, and the phone number of the hotel as long as the days that we're staying there. So this is kind of nice, so that way, like, for whatever reason, if I need to call the hotel to get like directions, I don't know, you never know. And if you click in here, see, it kind of gives you, I even have our check-in and check-out times because that's kind of important, you know. And then down here it also gives a picture of what the hotel will look like, so that way just kind of like on a street view, so you know like what it looks like. I feel like that's going to be kind of important for me because I'm trying to plan this from like what makes me anxious about things, right? And generally it's not knowing exactly where I'm going and where I need to be there by, so this kind of takes care of that a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of what I have so far, and I'll show you once like everything comes a little bit more together again. Okay, well, it's several days later, and needless to say, it took us this long. I think, what's the date today? I think it's either Thursday, Friday. I can't see, I don't have my glasses on. But yeah, got the hotel sorted out. Everything's good. We were in fact missing those 2 days. So I'm so happy I double checked and looked that over. That was stressful. And they were like, nobody was responding to me. That does so well for an anxious mind. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some points of interest that are in those areas that we're planning to visit to see like maybe what we want to do, have some ideas, plot it out a little bit more. I think that's all I have for you for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye! Oh, it just looks like Frosty the Snowman kissed my eyebrows with all this moisturizer that's in here.